What's going on, everybody? I'm Mike, and this is Smoky Mike's Barbecue. Today, we're gonna have a great day. It's brisket day. So we're gonna get this Pitboss competition series 1600 fired up to 250 degrees. And we're gonna get some briskets on the grill. So stick around, and I'm gonna show you how we did it. First thing we gotta do is get those pesky briskets all trimmed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because you've all seen me do it before, and there's tons of videos on YouTube on how to trim briskets. All right, so as you can see, we have this brisket trimmed up, ready to go. I like to leave my 1/4 inch fat on the top. We're gonna be cooking this brisket fat side up so that when the fat renders, it seeps through the meat, gives it a better flavor. Some people like cooking with fat side down, their choice. So we're gonna start off with our seasoning. I like going nice and high. I make my own seasoning. It consists of salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, paprika, and a little bit of Lowry's. I know everybody says, well, that's not Texas. Texas style barbecue is salt and pepper. Well, let's be honest, folks. Nobody in Texas only uses salt, pepper, and garlic. They add all sorts of stuff so that they can be the best. So I'm gonna do the same, not to mention, I'm here in Canada, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I like going a little higher with the seasoning so that I can get a nice even distribution across the meat. So once you're happy with how it looks, you can take it, flip it over, and do your presentation side. You gotta remember to always do the sides, because if you don't, that's a rookie mistake. And nobody wants to make mistakes, especially when you're spending the kind of money that you spend on briskets. It's not cheap anymore, so you want to make sure you are able to produce the best product possible. So I'm going to finish seasoning up the sides. We're going to get the Pitboss 1600 up to 250 degrees to do these. And no, I'm not sponsored by Pitboss. They just make a really good product. So I'm going to finish this up, get them on the grill, and I'm going to take you guys along for the ride. Stick around. See you soon.
All right, so let's do a little midday update of how the briskets are doing in the Pitboss Competition Series 1600. So let's open the lid and take a look. We don't open for very long because if you're looking, it ain't cooking. So let's take a peek.
So for the midday update, the 3 briskets are doing absolutely wonderful. They're getting a nice red color on them. We've even got a couple little pulled porks over there cooking. So what I really love about this 1600 from Pitboss is I don't even really have to open the lid, and I can tell you exactly what the briskets are doing, because right here, as you can see, I've got 2 probes in, and those are telling me what the internal temp is. So what the plan is, we're going to take these
to 170 to 175 degrees, at which point we will then pull them out, cover them in some beef tallow, wrap them in paper, and get them back onto the grill. And we're going to take them to an internal temp of 203 degrees. That is our target. Once we hit 203, we'll pull them, and we're going to let them rest. We're going to slice in, and we're going to enjoy.
All right, so after a very long day of smoking briskets, we finally come to the time that the briskets have made it through the stall. The stall is where the meat hits a point where it releases all the moisture, it shrinks, it cools a little bit, but then it continues on. We've hit 180 degrees, so we're ready to wrap it. What I'm gonna do when I wrap is I put some beef tallow down, which I have right here. So we put a little beef tallow down on the paper. Like so. Now we grab the brisket. Like so. We let it sit right on top there, just like that. I then like taking a little extra tallow and I'll pour it on top of the brisket. Just like that. Delicious, fatty goodness. Now this tallow I made myself. It is from briskets that I've cooked in the past. So we're gonna wrap this guy up nice and tight. Wrapping is the funnest part of cooking brisket, right guys? But it's a necessity, it's gotta be done. So we wrap it nice and tight, just like it's a perfect little gift, because when this is done, the present this will be is like no other. The butcher paper I'm using is unwaxed. You must use unwaxed. So right now, currently, fat side is up. It's nice and tight. Fat side is now down. Pull it nice and tight. That's what you're looking for. Nice and tight, pack it in. One more time up, fat side's back up. That's what you're looking for, fat side up. I got some leftover paper here, no problem. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fold that down. We're gonna pack that underneath because that's gonna protect the bottom, especially when we reach underneath to remove these at the end of the cook. Pack it in nice and tight, just like it's a nice little football. It's gonna go back on now, and we're looking for an internal temp of 203 degrees. So we're gonna stick the probe back in there. We'll take it to 203. Then when we get there, we're gonna let it rest for at least 2 hours. And then we're gonna slice into it, and you're all gonna get an opportunity to see what we produced. So stick around, and you're gonna see the money shot at the end.
All right, well, with the miracle of time and television, we now have got the briskets finished. They've rested, they've cooled. We're gonna open this up, we're gonna slice into it. I can tell you right now, it is definitely wet and moist. You can see all the goodness here. So let's get it opened up, let's get it cut up, and have a little taste test. One thing I really like doing, oh wow, this looks awesome, when I remove the brisket from the paper, is I wring the paper out on top of the brisket, so all that tallow and juices that are here in the paper get redistributed. Oh man, this is gonna be so good, all over the meat. So, whoa, it's a squirter. We'll get rid of that. This looks great. So we are gonna give it a cut right about here. Oh my gosh, look at the juices. I don't even want to squeeze this very much because I don't want to have all that juice run out, but look at that. Beautiful smoke ring, beautiful color. That's what we're talking about. Now let's come down here and get a few little slices here. I've let this brisket cool off a little bit, so you're not going to get the perfect fold over, but you can see how easy that pulls apart. And of course, pit master privilege, we gotta give it a little time. That's really good. Beautiful smoke ring, as you can see. All right, and let's come this way. This is the best bite in barbecue, the fatty part of the brisket. Oh man, look at that. We're gonna get a little slice off here, and then we're gonna have everybody enjoy it. So, oh, goodness, look at that fall part. Amazing, like always. All right, so from all of us here at Smoky Mike's Barbecue, keep on smoking. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Reach out in the comments for any questions you have, and we'll see you on the next cook.